race the damn thing. That's why I built it.
Good afternoon, guys. I'm about to take the car out for a drive here. It's Sunday or Monday after the YouTube call out, so I've got the car outside right now. Sorry for the wind right now. That's part of the problem I had with the YouTube call, but I'm gonna go take it out for a quick drive here, see how I can get a few things fixed on it, because I had a problem with it not getting the full amount of boost. I had boost creep for all this time, and now all of a sudden I don't have boost creep, so it doesn't make much sense. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm gonna go take some logs here and see if I can find out what's causing the issue.
All right, have to take a look at that log then. All right, so weirdly enough, it seems like the boost is creeping again. I don't get it. Yesterday the highest I was seeing was like 17 and a half. I don't understand. It does not make it. It literally changed nothing. I never touched anything. If anything, it should have been worse yesterday, because today's hot. Yesterday was like a high of 52. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. So who knows? But I'm gonna try banging it here real quick. This again here, second gear this time. Traction control is on. What are you gonna do? That just went perfectly. Second, third, fourth, like butter. Like nothing, like it was doing nothing. I guess I gotta keep looking at it. I didn't build it for drag racing. It is a street car. It does great in the street. It hooks, it goes, it does everything I want it to. I have the AC on right now. Why I just did that, by the way. Didn't hiccup. Nothing happened. So I guess I need to like get out of the focus and think that like I've screwed something up, and remember that I built it a certain way. I didn't build it to do that. I guess I'm just frustrated with myself because I expect a lot out of myself. I expect a lot of what I do, and I am hard on myself for that fact and reason. So, all right, let's get back to the house here, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit more. Give you a little bit more of what happened at the call out. If you guys watched the last video there, I kind of give you a rundown, but I'll show you some of the things that happened to the canopy. I don't know how this happens, but I'll show you guys here in a minute.
Also, guys, by the way, now that I'm back in the garage here, I have my Pure Function tags in stock and ready to ship. Function eats form and Pure Function on the other side. I've got a bunch of these in stock, guys, so go ahead and place your orders today. Thank you very much. All right, so I still haven't taken off any of the numbers from the race, but I just took it out there for a quick pull, or took two pulls really, and dude, it just runs like a ripped ape. I don't get it, and it's making all the boost it should. I don't know. I'm just kind of, my mind's blown right now. I'm just more or less irritated more than anything. So it's always something, man. That's what's the old adage. It's probably easier to do something else. I don't know, but still fun to drive. And new update with this is the alternator took a shit. I was driving it. Let me flip this around for you guys. So I was driving this, what was it? Friday night? Yeah, it was Friday night. Took it out for a spin, and I noticed that the radio kept cutting in and out. That's weird. And then the battery light came on. I'm like, oh, that's not good. And then the ABS light and all the lights came on. I'm like, oh, it's telling me that you're not having any battery power. So I hurry up and get the car home. Luckily, I was close to home. Get home, pull it in, turn it off. Try turning it on, and it struggles. I'm like, all right, sounds like the battery's not charging, or the battery's no longer good. So I was like, okay, let's take it and see if the battery's bad. If the battery's bad, easy. I don't want to spend it, but it's easy fix. You plop it in, plop it out, done. And of course, the battery's good. So that means, boys and girls, that the alternator took a shit, and changing the alternator on this is not easy. From what I'm understanding, you have to drop the subframe some, which is kind of like mind-blowing to me. You have to do all that, where in the Supra, it's 2 bolts that hold it on. Takes you 30 minutes at most. If it takes you that long, that includes jacking it up and everything to get from underneath it to get to it. You just have to take off the one accessory belt, and then there's 2 bolts that hold it on. Put the new one on, bolt it up, and that's it. With this, it's a little bit more complicated. Trying to get to it is in a bad spot. So let me pop the hood here, or pop the, whatever you call this. So I'm not sure if you guys can see it there, but right down there is where the alternator is, and this is in the back of the MR2 right here. So the alternator is way down in there, and it has this weird funky bracket system that holds it on, and it weighs a ton from my understanding. So once you get down in there, I say it is a pain in the butt. So I'm hoping to work with Hux Racing on this one and try to make this a little bit easier. But yeah, I guess it's one of those things that, I mean, it is a wear item. This type of things do go bad. Pretty much with the Supra, it was the same way. I had it for not very long, and the alternator took a crap on that car too. So I'm gonna take this one off and see if it's even a Toyota alternator. That might be a big problem. If it is an AutoZone alternator, I'm gonna replace it. I know you guys probably say, well, AutoZone and Advanced Auto have lifetime guarantees. Yes, but this is the kind of shit you deal with. When you buy a Toyota Denso one, you don't deal with that. As long as you take care of it, and especially if it's not on elements, dude, it lasts you forever. It lasts you a long time. You know, they wear out from actual use, not from sitting, so they'll literally last you as long as you can. So if I replace that one, I'll put one in this, but the problem with them, they're like 350 bucks. So that's part of the car game. The real thing I wanted to talk to you guys about though is, should I get into the drag racing game fully? So what do I mean by that? So I have a hard time with drag racing the Supra. I know a ton of people do it, and I get it, and I'm all for it. But for me, having a left-hand drive Supra that I've wanted for so long, if I would wreck this, you can't replace it. A lot of the stuff you just cannot replace. It is so hard to find. And if I broke anything, it would kill me inside. So my thinking is to get another vehicle for drag racing. Being honest, I can't afford both cars. I can't afford to keep modding both cars and then buy a third car and try to get into drag racing. It's not feasible. So my question, you guys, is this: should I keep the Supra and buy a drag car, or keep the MR2 and build a drag car, but I can only keep one? Now, I'm most likely you guys are gonna say this, I'm not stupid. So if I would do it and get rid of it, I would be getting rid of the MR2, and if that happens, then there'd be no more MR2 content. I can't afford to do both right now. I'd most likely be buying an SC300. So if you guys know what an SC300 is pretty much a Mark IV chassis from the firewall up for the most part. The better part about the SC300 is, which I don't realize why most people don't use these cars, is they're 6-inch long wheelbase. They have 6-inch longer wheelbase, which in drag racing is a fantastic thing. The Mark IV Supra is already a pretty long wheelbase, but the SC300 makes it seem stubby, which is great. The only downside of the SC300 is looks-wise and department-wise, it's not the coolest looking car in the world. It's not the neatest car. People say they're heavy, but when you strip them and stuff and get them down, especially if you find a hardtop that's not no sunroof car, dude, you can save so much weight with them. So I guess it's all depending on which ones you find. My cousin's trying to talk me into doing a Toyota truck. Now, I prefer cars still at the end of the day. It's more aerodynamic, lower to the ground, makes more sense in my eyes. I know Joseph Fisher up here in Pennsylvania, he has a Toyota Tacoma, or I think it's an old T100 truck, and he does great with it. I personally just don't really want to do a truck. I prefer a car. So I don't know. What do you guys think? What should I do there? Should I go the drag racing route? Should I focus more on road racing with the MR2? What should I do with the Supra next? Money's becoming a real hassle for me at this point. I never planned on, dumping money like this. I like cars, but YouTube does make you want to spend more money than you actually have. So I have to learn to stop. It's harder for me to create content in that matter, because without modding the cars, what are you guys going to come back for, right? You're not coming here to see my pretty face. You're coming here to see these. Let's be honest. So I got to figure out something. So let me know down in the comments below, guys. I need some really serious feedback, and give me as much feedback as you can. So I want to know in depth what you guys think and what you want to see next. Also, unfortunately, my buddy Tony, he did make it out to the YouTube call out. His turbo blanket caught on fire halfway there though, so that'll explain why. I'll explain here real quick why all these carbon fiber bits are here. These are Shine Auto. That's an under diffuser, which is beautiful, and it's a Shine Auto rear diffuser. So on his way down to the YouTube call out, it caught on fire. So let me explain what happened. He's always run 85. Since he's owned the car, it has run 85. He had it retuned to run 85 and 93 pump gas. After the retune, he kept running 85. Here recently, he just switched back to 93, and when you run 93 versus 85, a couple things happen. One, you have to run lower power. No biggie, not a problem. That doesn't cause problems unless you're not tuned properly. Number two is it causes very high EGTs. What people don't realize when you're running 100 octane, or if you're running 85, you're running real race fuel, the whole benefit of it is to keep everything cooler, and it burns better. 93 doesn't. That's why 87 is even worse. 93 is better than that, but it raises everything. Everything gets hotter and hotter. So he ran a turbo blanket on a car. Again, something I'm very much against. I'm not a big turbo blanket fan. If you're gonna do that, just ceramic coat it, a proper, like the white ceramic coating. he was driving down and he smelled smoke and he went and popped the hood and the turbo blanket was on fire. So popped the hood, turbo blanket's on fire, and he didn't have anything to do with it. He had nothing he could do. He'd just sit there and watch. He ripped it off, burned his hand a little bit, and just let the car cool down. Had it towed to the vent. He wanted me to look at it. I go over it, look at it. Everything seems fine. He burnt some of his catch can lines, but it was nothing too bad. I told him, he's like, but they've been there forever. I told him, when you run 93, even if they've been in that same spot forever, your exhaust is now hotter. Your turbo is now hotter. Everything got worse. I'm sorry that, I mean, I do know, like, I run 93. It's just one of those things. It sucks, but it's part of the 93 game that is going to run warmer. So he didn't run a turbo blanket on the way home. I told him to drive it. He said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yep, drive it home." He made 2.5 hours on his way home. Not an issue. EGTs stay the same. It's just one of those things, man. It's just stupid stuff like that happens. So I'm hoping to see Tony here soon. He'll come up and get the rest of his carbon fiber stuff, and we'll get the car back together. Do a couple videos on his car. It is a wide body white Supra V160 precision turbo. The works. The car is very, very well built. It looks beautiful. He bought it that way for the most part. He's done a few small things, but it's been built that way and it works really well. He actually found me on YouTube and switched over his car to AM Infinity also. He used to run Haltech 100% 85. Now it's AM Infinity with 93 and 85. So yeah, that's why the carbon fiber stuff's here, and hopefully I get to see Tony over here shortly. I guess the real last thing here is the canopy. So let me take this out, guys, and show you here. Show you how this thing broke. This isn't supposed to happen, so let me put the camera down for this real quick because I don't want to mess up the banner part's fine. It's just the actual metal piece that broke, so let me show you. All right, so there's the canopy cage, guys. That's what they sent me. It's made of aluminum. Seems to be okay. These little metal brackets are all right. This just seems this up here just does not seem very sturdy to me at all. I have to look at that too, the centerpiece. That's one thing, I cannot just like go out and get a Walmart one because this centerpiece has a spring built into it and it goes up higher. That allows the canopy to sit very, very high and look better so you can see the logo. But here's what happened. Check that out, hold on. It just snapped. The wind just snapped it. It caved in there and you can see it literally ripped the metal. Once it bent in, you know, aluminum tends to tear. It's a soft metal, and it just caved in like that, and that was it. And I would be okay with that if it like, okay, the wind did it, it's my own stupidity. The problem is everyone with a Walmart canopy was out that day, and those were all fine. Weighted down, I had weight on the legs, but yeah, when you see everyone else with Walmart canopies and they're doing fine, and your canopy that cost, you know, 6-7 times the amount that they paid, it's a little frustrating, especially when you want it specifically for an event. It is what it is. I know now better for the future. The person who made it for me is taking care of most of this, so I can't complain. I just wanted to show you guys because a lot of people are like, where was your tent at? Where's everything at? Well, there's why. So I wanted to give an explanation to why I didn't have the tent up for the event. James, who helped me get it, has been taking care of all of this. So he's been more than helpful. He's been a great guy about it so far. So he's looking to have his overseas guy take a look at it and see where we can go from here. But yeah, just want to give you guys an update on that. All right, guys, it's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, give me some feedback, what to do with race cars, what to do with the rest of this year here. I plan on traveling more. There is a YouTube call out coming up in January or June. Oh, I'm sorry, June. That I'd like to attend. I have Ocean City Cruise Week coming up that I'm going to be attending, just cruising around. There's no events there specifically that I'm going to be going to because I have an import, but just to go to cruise around. So if you see me, say hi. I'll have a couple shirts with me, and I'll mostly have stickers and keychains with me, but nothing like excessive. Just have them with me just so if you guys want to buy one, check it out. If you can do me a favor, go down below, check out the Facebook and Instagram. Also, go check out the website. I got all new hats, I've got stickers, I've got keychains, you name it, I've got it there. Thank you guys very much, and I'll talk to you later. Peace! Goes aside from my soul.